Hello, my name is Michael Ela, and I'm here to present to you my proposal for improving salmon numbers in Alaska. This is prepared for the Alaska Department of Fish and Game Commissioner. So, as you know, Alaskan salmon is going to be a very component of actual Alaskans. It helps local businesses, helps bring in profits, helps small businesses, especially that are setting out charters and basically showing tourists around on how to fish. So basically, it's going to help balance the Alaskan ecosystem. A lot of animals rely on these fish as a food source, whether it's going to be brown bear, black bear, or any type of bird or eagle. And even for some Alaskans, it's a food source to get them through the winter. So in these remote Alaskan villages, they actually rely on these salmon to eat and make it through the winter. So, as you can see, commercial fishing is going to have a direct impact on the amount of salmon numbers. So, the more they're actually taken out of the ocean, the less there's going to be actual salmon coming through the rivers to spawn. As you can see in 2015, the number of sockeye salmon that was running through the Russian River was was above 50,000 actually, but the number of fish taken commercially was at an all-time low. So you can see there's a direct correlation between these two. The objectives of this presentation, it's going to basically of this presentation and proposal are going to be bringing wild salmon numbers back up. Of course, we want to do this while having minimum impact on the environment. It's going to be a cost. We need a cost-effective method as well. So something that's going to cost Alaskans a lot less money than they want to. So basically, we're going to improve the overall salmon economy. So bringing these numbers up is going to help small businesses and help bring in more tourism and basically ensure the survival of the Alaskan salmon. So how we're going to do this? We're going to basically have stricter fishing regulations in marine protected areas. Alaskans are already familiar with fishing regulations that are put in place in the beginning of the year. We're just going to put these on a little bit tighter for commercial fishermen, not necessarily sports, because commercial fishermen are the ones impacting these fish. Having marine protected areas is basically a new factor that we're going to go into. So having marine protected areas in the actual ocean where fishermen cannot go to catch these fish. So we need to establish these areas so these fish can have a safe haven to live and basically grow to spawning age. So we're going to set these guidelines in the beginning of the season, like always. Um, we're going to have a proactive and not a reactive approach to salmon problem. So being proactive, we're basically going to get ahead of the problem. In the past, we've kind of had a reactive approach when the fish has already been caught and we see the large numbers being caught, and then we see a small number coming through the actual river systems, and then we shut down these rivers. And then by then, it's too late. The fish have already been caught. So we're going to use current infrastructure that we have in place to facilitate better fishing regulations in marine protected areas. So basically, we're going to use what we got to help this issue. So the cost. So using current infrastructure is going to incur minimum costs to Alaska Department of Fish and Game and Alaskans. We don't have to build anything. We don't have to do anything. Basically, we just have to use what we have in place to facilitate these fishing regulations in marine protected areas. So we have the resources in place, and it's going to be good to go. Minimum impact on the environment. So basically, we already have this infrastructure in place. We don't need to do anything to impact the environment. We're going to have quick turnaround time to enforce these regulations. So having the infrastructure already in place and the resources in place, it's going to have us be ready for the next season or however soon we need these regulations to be put in place. Okay. So in conclusion, stricter regulations in marine protected areas is going to be the most efficient way to help wild salmon. We already have the infrastructure in place. It's going to help facilitate this. Minimum to no cost. The only cost is going to be hiring new employees to do the job. So here's my works cited page. This is where I gained all this information from the charts, and after this, I will leave a link in the bottom for my PSA. Thank you very much.